Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and this is today's collective reading. So it looks like we're in the process of making some choices for ourselves. And once again, having to move past whatever is triggering about those, whatever brings up old fears. Yeah, and we're at a turning point there. So, yeah, it may be that this is a good time to release some old fears. This keeps coming up as a theme for us, and that's absolutely no accident. Yeah, there's definitely... yeah, and also, not blaming ourselves for the way things have gone previously, not blaming ourselves for whatever we think we've lost. And maybe lost by way of saying something, maybe lost by speaking up. So, yeah, this is an interesting one. Yeah, once again, we're at a turning point for ourselves. We're moving out of stuff that we've just been through. We're moving out of the sadness, the loss, the pain, the heartache. There may be some of that too. So, yeah, and it also just feels like we're having to make new decisions for ourselves going forward. No matter what transpired just before, we're having to, and actually maybe directly because of what transpired just before, we're having to make new decisions for ourselves. So, yeah, and I keep using the word decision because that's what's on the table here. So, with Six of Pentacles, Pentacles are earth. Earth speaks to that material realm. It speaks to, even more than that, how we work with things that we value, even the more ethereal things, and yeah, how we work with our resources. And that can be time, that can be energy too. So this is a card that speaks to decision making and, what is the most practical, pragmatic kind of decision as well. So I'm seeing that reverse. It was the first card that came out here, and it's also touching Five of Cups. So it feels like it's that theme of decisions and also past and present. So decisions we made in the past. Cups are water, they speak to emotion. This is an energy of loss. This is an energy of having to go through some really intense shifts and changes. And so it does feel like there's some heavy stuff that's weighing on us that we've been through, that we are maybe still having to deal with here and now, because it's just that intense. So there's that going on, right? This is touching this energy here. And also we have the Fool. The Fool is all about newness and leap of faith kind of energy. So new adventure, new direction forward, new momentum is the word that's coming to me. It's very much this feeling of whatever was said and done, whatever left us in pain, whatever decisions we had to make. It's time to move in a different direction. It's time to trust that our life can go on in a new and better and maybe clearer direction from where we've come from. I feel like that's what the Fool is doing there, touching on this old sadness, I mean, and maybe that's a little too presumptuous of me to call it old, but this sadness, this thing that we have come through, and maybe that even some of us are going through directly, So wherever you are in this cycle, you're making your way toward new energy. And I'm actually seeing it repeated off to the side. We have Eight of Swords reversed. Swords are air. They speak to our mental activity, our mental processes. This is any time we trap ourselves with thought patterns that are fear-based, or anxiety-based, or I can't-based. And it's reversed here, and I do feel like it's still on the table for a reason. It's still energy we're moving past, but we are at a new place with it because it is also touching Hangman. And Hangman is similar to the energy of the Fool that I'm getting. Fool is a little bit more actively starting, but Hangman is that feeling of looking out at the next chapter, being at that turning point, being at a new place even with how we view old fears, how we view the stuff that we are either coming through or moving through. And yeah. So once again, it feels like this is a chronology it's opened up. It speaks to painful conversations. It speaks to sadness. It speaks to choices that we've had to make for ourselves. And it speaks to putting all of that, if not completely behind us, because maybe that's an impossible thing right now. It speaks to moving yet again in a new direction. It speaks to us doing the work and processing our fears differently. It speaks to us laying the groundwork for being in that place of peace, of groundedness, of centeredness, of being able to view our problems differently, and being able to move forward differently. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull maybe, we'll see. If it's a few cards, it's a few cards. I'm going to pull at least one more card and see how that caps this reading. Yeah, okay. So we've got Empress. This is an energy of pure creative power. Yeah. And she's sideways. And I kind of feel like she's a resource that we can tap into. The whole idea of creative solutions, working through our emotion creatively, that's something that I've been in the process of doing as well. So, yeah, for those of you who just really feel like you're in the middle of some painful, heavy stuff, just remember that you are more powerful than you know, and also that you have more resources available to you than you know. Empress is also a very abundant kind of energy. So there's abundance, there's creativity, there's life force available to us that maybe in our darkest feeling moments we aren't aware of, or we're kind of temporarily cut off from, but they're there. So this is just saying they're there. Creative solutions are there. More resources, more broadly speaking as well. This is also an earth energy. Oh, I should say, I believe it's a Venus card that rules Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. So I think of this also as an earth energy. So there's that abundant quality there as well. So again, more resources are available to us than maybe even we know. And that's a beautiful message, So again, sideways, because this energy is kind of available for us to tap into. Even if it's not quite so obvious as this, I'm also just getting that we're not completely in our power necessarily, but we are headed there, and again, more opportunities for us to really show ourselves what that power looks like, what creative problem solving looks like, what faith in our own abundant energies look like, what our ability to express ourselves looks like, because 3 is also the number of communication, so creative expression as well, but what all of that looks like, it's like we have more opportunities than we know to express, to show ourselves what being in our power looks like, and to show ourselves what feeling taken care of and loved and seen and heard looks like as well, you know, by the universe, more broadly speaking. So just to keep that in mind. So yeah, to recap, I feel like we are moving through just a lot of emotional intensity and specific situations, you know, things that made us feel either alone or separate from, or maybe less than, you know. We're moving through those situations, and things that were said and done, and things that happened that were just really painful. You know, we're on our way toward, if we're not there yet, moving through, around, past some of that really painful stuff, and getting a new perspective on our fears, you know, getting a new perspective on old fears, old anxieties, old stuff, you know? And there's more resources available to us than maybe even we know, you know? And again, more ways to show ourselves our power, more ways to step into that power, more ways to feel free and alive and just beautiful and empowered in who we are. So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed and you're interested in seeing more of these, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're interested in supporting me and supporting this channel, please check out my Patreon. The link is down below. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.